Hello, welcome to our workshop, Klinkenberg Pianoforte workshop. I show you two Pleyel actions. They are both with the 20,000 serial number from the 1850s, short after Chopin's passing. Can still call them Chopin period Pleyels, and the action in mechanics is the same action as in the Chopin time. It's called single repetition action. Now let's have a look. The action came to us this way. This will be never or almost never completely original. There is so many years, almost 200 years, and there are piano technicians who did some work on it. Everybody tried to do its best possible. We want to have a certain height at the key, and this where we adjust it. And the modern way is to adjust it with felt and paper or hard cardboard, round pieces. Now compare it with an original Pleyel action. They had a long piece of felt. Not only one, you can see from the side, there are different depth to adjust for the height of the key. This has not been done with the cardboard and the individual felt pieces. So whenever we find it in an inappropriate way, we bring it back to original by using this pure wool felt. And the height should be 9.5 in the base and 6.5 in the upper area, and not more like today where the height is much more. Again, what else needs to be done to bring the piano back to the touch that Chopin so much loved on these Pleyels? We don't have so many options even to adjust the parameters. Of course, small stuff has been already replaced, or we have to replace this, but we do this only when needed. Keep it as original as can. Here we having a height adjustment from, sorry that I don't have the English name, it's German way, it's Ruhepolster, German word. And of course, this becomes flat. It's like a sofa, or a mattress. You can't sit 200 years on the same sofa. It will come down, that's clear. So, but we need a certain height, for instance, that height, to have an appropriate measurements to the strings. And it is already too flat. Look here what we did. We take it off, and you believe it or not, but this is the original felt. We take it off carefully. Then we wash it, bring it back to a consistent, it becomes much more fluffy, much more soft, and gets back to a height. We also, because this is not a single piece of felt, there is some felt underneath, we put an extra layer of felt underneath to have it, it's like upholstery, back to the height that is required to have the hammers at a certain height. The height determined by the distance to the strings. Here we put that back to what is needed when you compare to the other one where it's too flat, there's not enough tension, it is not really any more upholstery as it should be. These are just examples. There is much more work being done on the action. It's all original. Here, that part is original, but the felt, it was in that piano, it was a 20th century felt, way too thick, super thick thing, like on a modern Blüthner or Steinway. And also from the touch, you could tell it was too hard. Too heavy and too hard. So we took it off, but we did not take off the inner core, the inner layers. This here, what you see, is not yet finished the work. You can see it is a little bit like a soup bowl. The fresh felt has the tendency to have a certain form. That form, we don't want that. So we will shape it. We will shape it to a real line and not to this bowl thing that it has now. Yeah, that's a lot more to say. Look here. So many of these small felt parts have been fine, but a few we needed to replace. The other ones are okay. Sometimes really enough to replace only one. The other one is still fine enough. Better keep it original. But one thing is really worth replacing is here. Compared to this, where it's worn. It's worn and it gets less and less and thinner. Single repetition means from here, boom, you get the sound. But still, this should come up here, which, okay, that is not yet worked. Okay, what we just saw was the treble, and here's the bass. What you see here comes up and it goes here. And that's the correct way it should go. Can you see? That's the correct way. Replacing all this with period appropriate material, you can imagine hours and hours and hours. You have to be really patient to do that work.